وَتَحْسَبُهُمْ أَيْقَاظًا. Had you seen them in that position, you would have thought that they are awake. وَهُمْ رُقُودٌ. But they were actually asleep. وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. And we kept on turning them to the right, to the left, so that they shouldn't have the bed sores, if they are lying on their back continuously, so there will be sores. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is turning them from left to right, right to left. نُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ وَقَلْبُهُمْ بَاسِطٌ ذِرَاعَيْهِ بِالْوَسِيدِ. And along with them was their dog, maybe a bulldog, very frightening dog. And it was sitting at the threshold of that cave, extending its arms. لَوِ اطَّلَعْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ لَوَلَّيْتَ مِنْهُمْ فِرَارًا وَلَمُولِيتَ مِنْهُمْ رُعْبًا. If you would have passed by chance and glanced, you would have left there, run away from there in fright. And you must have been, frightened to see this scene. This big dog sitting in the door, Although the door was also asleep, the dog was also asleep or dead, whatsoever. وَكَذَلِكَ بَعَثْنَاهُمْ. And now we raised them up, awoke them. لِيَتَسَاءَلُوا بَيْنَهُمْ. So they asked between themselves. قَالَ قَائِلٌ مِّنْهُمْ. One of them said, كَمْ لَبِثْتُمْ. How long have you been here? قَالُوا لَبِثْنَا يَوْمًا وَبَعْضَ يَوْمٍ. They said, maybe one day. How much a man sleeps? One day or a part of a day? يَوْمًا وَبَعْضَ يَوْمٍ. قَالُوا رَبُّكُمْ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا لَبِثْتُمْ. Then they said, leave it. Your Lord knows best how much period you have been here. فَبَعْثُوا أَحَدَكُمْ. Now send one of you, بِوَرِقِكُمْ هَذِهِ, with this piece of silver, إِلَى الْمَدِينَةِ, to the city. فَلْيَنْظُرْ. Then he should go and see, أَيُّهَا أَزْكَى طَعَامًا, which is the food which is pure and which is clean. فَلْيَأْتِكُمْ بِرِزْقٍ مِّنْهُ. And he should bring some food, some provision from it. وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ. And he should behave courteously. وَلَا يُشْعِرَنَّ بِكُمْ أَحَدًا. He shouldn't fall out with anybody, Then they will say who he is and where are his companions. So, then we are here hiding. لَا يُشْعِرَنَّ بِكُمْ أَحَدًا. Now those who have opened this Quran Majid with them, they should note this word, وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ. This is the exact center of Quran regarding the numbers of the alphabets. Not words, alphabets. Even the alphabets have been counted. In yatalattaf, ta belongs to the first half and lam belongs to the second half. And here, according to the number of the letters of Quran, this is exact half. إِنَّهُمْ إِنْ يَظْهَرُوا عَلَيْكُمْ. If they prevail upon you, يَرْجُمُوكُمْ, they will stone you to death. أَوْ يُعِيدُوكُمْ فِي مِلَّتِهِمْ. Or they will force you to go back to their deen, their religion. وَلَنْ تُفْلِحُوا إِذًا أَبَدًا. And in that way you will never be able to prosper and succeed. وَكَذَلِكَ عَصَرْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ. In this way we disclose their matter to them, to the people of the city. لِيَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ. So that they come to know that the promise of Allah is true. وَإِنَّ السَّاعَةَ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا. And as for the fixed hour of doomsday, there is no doubt in it. Now if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can keep some people living for 300 long years, can't He resurrect you from the dead? So this became an argument. Because at that time there was an argument going on between people. How people will be resurrected? How is it possible? How can we understand it? So now this sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came before them. And they came to know these are the people, these who had left, who had fled, who had run away. And we couldn't find them anywhere. And their account was written on some tablet. And that was placed in the treasure. And that, tablet was taken out. Oh yes, they are the people. And they have been there for 300 years. 2nd century of Christian era, they entered the cave. 5th century of Christian era, they came out. إِذْ يَتَنَازَعُونَ بَيْنَهُمْ أَمْرَهُمْ. it seems that after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them to death. They died then. And now these people, they closed the opening so that it became a collective grave for them, that cave. Now they were fighting with each other. إِذْ يَتَنَازَعُونَ بَيْنَهُمْ أَمْرَهُمْ فَقَالُوا ابْنُوا عَلَيْهِمْ بُنْيَانًا. And they said, we should erect some, very big building for them, so that people should know who were they. Very, very big saints of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah kept them alive for 300 years. فَقَالَ الَّذِينَ غَلَبُوا عَلَىٰ أَمْرِهِمْ. So the people who prevailed in this affair, they decided, لَنَتَّخِذَنَّ عَلَيْهِمْ مَسْجِدًا. We shall construct a mosque here to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A memorial, a memorial to them, devoted to them. سَيَقُولُونَ ثَلَاثَةٌ رَابِعُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. They will say that they were 3, and 4th was their dog. وَيَقُولُونَ خَمْسَةٌ سَادِسُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. And some people say they were 5, and 6th was their dog. رَجْمًا بِالْغَيْبِ. This is conjecturing about the unseen, guessing the unknown. They don't know. They don't have the knowledge. وَيَقُولُونَ سَبْعَةٌ وَثَامِنُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. And some say that they were 7, and the 8th was their dog. This style, in between the lines says that actually this is the correct figure. 7, سَبْعَةٌ وَثَامِنُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. And 8th among them was the dog. قُلْ رَبِّي عَالَمُ بِعِدَّتِهِمْ. But this is not an issue which should be argued about. Say them, my Lord best knows about their number. مَا يَعْلَمُهُمْ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. People don't know them except a few. فَلَا تُمَارِ فِيهِمْ إِلَّا مِرَاءً ظَاهِرًا. So don't argue with them. Only outward contentions, and that's all. وَلَا تَسْتَفْتِ فِيهِمْ مِنْهُمْ أَحَدًا. And don't ask anybody also about this. But this was necessary to be told to you. This was the reality. And this is sufficient for you. Don't try to go into details. وَلَا